Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's Saturday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:31 a.m. I'm with another subscriber lessons IELTS exam. So, if you're watching for the first time, thanks for joining here, and I'm glad that you have just joined me in silent mode, incognito mode. It is really an important matter for us if you're interested to sit for the IELTS exam. You should know all the rubrics, the techniques, and the guidelines which will help you gain your required score. And obviously, you have to practice a lot. That's really a crucial factor for you. Bear in mind that without practicing, it's much unlikely for you to get your required score. Which is why whenever I conduct any live streams, I always mention it. Practice is like a magic word, and you know what does magic mean. Okay, it magic means that when something happens automatically by your wish and desire. Likewise, when you are practicing English for a specific reason, either for academic reason or maybe for a immigration or maybe for a development or maybe for a research program or postdoctorate program or undergraduate or graduate level or any other level, you need to know all the information. You need to know all the facts. You need to know all the hidden tips. Okay. And at the end of the day, it is you who have to practice it. Remember that you can get a lesson from the best American teacher or the British teacher, but it's you who have to practice a lot. So let's move on. And once again, guys, you're watching our IELTS class lessons. And as usual, we'll start with a small video of the uh, video that is related to the IELTS exam from the British Council, which will help you explain, learn, develop the technique, the required technique. Okay, let's move on. And if you're interested to join, you're more than welcome. What you have to do is you have to click on the subscribe button or visit my profile and join from the subscription. Please make sure, I'm saying it twice because please make sure whenever you subscribe to any lesson, you check the time, whether you can join or not. You check the topic, though almost in every topic I cover everything, all the 4 modules of English language, and also check the day. Otherwise, it will be like a, an avoided thing that you can't join, but you have subscribed to a teacher. It happened to many students out of blue. They just subscribe to a teacher, but they don't understand the timing and the course or the day or the time. This what should I say? The suitable uh, time for them, because they said, "Oh, the time doesn't match me. I couldn't come." Because you guys have joined either by trial basis or by your money, it's better for you to take the maximum benefits from the class, the optimum, uh, you know, optimum benefits from the lessons. So let's move on to the video. That's the video links. If you remember, I started explaining from last week the IELTS test tips videos, and today is our topic is English grammar and speaking part. And people who have joined from YouTube and Facebook, welcome guys. It's really my pleasure to see you there. So I'm going to share the video.
So, you've decided to take the IELTS exam. Good for you. It's the test for study, work, and life. The IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is an introduction and general questions. Part 2 is the long turn. And Part 3 is an analytical discussion. Here we look at the criteria of grammatical range and accuracy. Look for the other 3 criteria in other videos. This criteria focuses on the range and accuracy of the test taker's grammar while speaking. Look for our accompanying downloads for examples of the range of grammatical structure. The range of grammar includes using a variety of complex structures. These are sentences with multiple bits of information. Contrast that to separate, simple sentences with a single piece of information. For example, just beside the station was a stadium which was built in the 19th century and where games are now held every weekend. It isn't expected that candidates are 100% accurate. However, control is important. The Band 7 definition for grammatical range and accuracy says frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. It's not just the number of grammatical mistakes, but also how seriously these mistakes block communication. To improve your grammar, take these steps. Be prepared. Make sure that you know the speaking test format and what type of questions to expect in each section. Many tasks in Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test relate to the past, so you most likely use past tenses. Ensure you know the past tenses of common verbs. Some questions in Part 3 ask you to speculate about the future, so use the right tenses in the answers to reflect this. Look out for the British Council's Johnny Grammar apps and videos that can help explain the commonly used tenses for you. Practice. Particularly think about the tenses you use. Ensure these relate to the questions. If the question asked is, "What did you do at work today?" the main word here is did, which is in the past tense, so your answer should be in the past tense too. For example, today I wrote a business brief. Don't worry if you realize you've made a mistake. It's okay to correct yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen to identify errors. IELTS results range from band scores of 1 to 9. However, there are not specific questions for different band scores, and there can't be, as the score isn't assigned until the end of the speaking test. Also, remember there are no quotas for IELTS band scores. Each individual is scored on their own merits. For more information, please see the other speaking test videos: fluency and coherence, lexical resource and accuracy, and pronunciation.
Okay, guys. Say grammar is one of the criteria of IELTS speaking task, and it has got 25% marks. If you remember that in IELTS speaking section 1, 2, and 3, there are four criteria which will be assessed. And the number one is fluency and coherence. Number two, lexical resource. Number three, uh, using wider range of grammar and accuracy. And number four, pronunciation. So you have to bear in mind that that grammar is really vital part. And
Test for study, work, and life.
so let's listen
The
to the video
IELTS
one more
speaking
time.
test is divided in three sections. Part 1 is an introduction and general questions. Part 2 is the long turn. And Part 3 is an analytical discussion. Here we look at the criteria of grammatical range accuracy. Look for the other three criteria in other videos. This criteria focuses on the range and accuracy of the test taker's grammar while speaking. Look for our accompanying downloads for examples of the range of grammatical structure. The range of grammar includes using a variety of complex structures. These are sentences with multiple bits of information. Contrast that to separate, simple sentences with a single piece of information. For example, just beside the station was a stadium which was built in the 19th century and where games are now held every weekend. It isn't expected that candidates are 100% accurate. However, control is important. The Band 7 definition for grammatical range and accuracy says frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. It's not just the number of grammatical mistakes, but also how seriously these mistakes block communication. To improve your grammar, take these steps. Be prepared. Make sure that you know the speaking test format and what type of questions to expect in each section. Many tasks in Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test relate to the past, so you most likely use past tenses. Ensure you know the past tenses of common verbs. Some questions in Part 3 ask you to speculate about the future, so use the right tenses in the answers to reflect this. Look out for the British Council's Johnny Grammar apps and videos that can help explain the commonly used tenses for you. Practice. Particularly think about the tenses you use. Ensure these relate to the questions. If the question asked is, "What did you do at work today?" the main word here is did, which is in the past tense, so your answer should be in the past tense too. For example, today I wrote a business brief. Don't worry if you realize you've made a mistake. It's okay to correct yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen to identify errors. IELTS results range from band scores of 1 to 9. However, there are not specific questions for different band scores, and there can't be, as the score isn't assigned until the end of the speaking test. Also, remember there are no quotas for IELTS band scores. Each individual is scored on their own merits. For more information, please see the other speaking test videos: fluency and coherence, lexical resource and accuracy, and pronunciation.
So that's the short video from the British Council regarding using a grammar in IELTS exam. Welcome, Rose and Deb, and other people who are watching silently, guys. As I said, if you're interested to join, possibly you might be able to get 2 free lessons. What you have to do is you have to visit my profile and subscribe from there. Let's find out my main document, cue card. Okay, so what do you understand by grammatical range and accuracy? I'll explain you guys if you remember. Okay, now this is a challenging question. Excuse me. Now, this is a challenging question for many of our learners that sometimes they don't understand the accuracy of sentences, whether it is correct or not, if they're speaking or writing. As I've explained earlier, grammatical accuracy and wider ranges of grammar structure. It should be written grammar structure. As you can see from the name, grammatical accuracy, which means that your grammar should be 100% accurate. Though it is not expected from the candidate that they can be 100% correct, but it is expected that they can use it more frequently than normal students, because you are here to sit for the exam and get a required score. And how do you know that? This is the question, that whether my grammars are correct or not while I speak or write. Okay. Now, this is a $1,000,000 question, guys, and very common question from many of our students and learners. How do I know that whether my grammar is correct when I speak or write? Well, the answer depends on you. If you are good at English grammar, then most probably you'll be able to find it. But if you are not, uh, that's the where problem is there. You see, in that case, I'll suggest you to take help from a competent and qualified teacher who can help you explain why your sentence is correct or why it is not correct. Once you know the reason, say if it is correct, the teacher will explain that it's correct. Then you get a good idea how you can write more, sentences depending on the grammar. Okay, but when you do not know how to find the mistakes of your own grammar, then the teacher will definitely explain, okay, this is the place where you have made mistakes and you must learn it. Okay. Hello, superfluous. It says, sounds strange when your grammar is wrong. Okay, really? My grammar is wrong. Very that cool. Okay, tell me the right grammar then. I'll be happy to learn from you. So it is really important for us to know. And though many students and many teachers from the YouTube says that uh, grammar is not needed in speaking or writing. That's why you need to learn and develop your grammar. You can learn from anyone. You have to learn from only a competent and qualified teacher, and that is, you know, where that is the place where you have to just be careful, because I have noticed that most of the people of countries like Asian countries, African countries, are good at English grammar, good at writing, but when it's the matter of uh, speaking, they're not good. They are not that much of the expertise they have shown during their writing. Okay. Okay. So now that's the challenging question. As I said, how do you know that whether grammar is correct or not? Number one, you can compare from other standard writing. Number two, you can get help from a qualified teacher. These are the two ways. And after that, you start practicing writing. Remember, they have used this word, practice. Practice is the magic word to develop your grammar, or develop your writing. Especially in written English, you must know how to write it correctly. And what should I learn for learning my grammar, developing my grammar skill? I always suggest that you must learn tense, all the tenses. Okay, tenses really covers more than 80% of English grammar. So how it is covered more than 80%? Let me show you. So when you are learning tense, you have to learn the other related grammar feature, like the first one is punctuation, and the second one is gender, and the third one is number. The fourth one is person, article. So person will be coming later. Then person, then parts of speech. I'm trying to remember what else we need to know and learn. Oh, I missed another point. Capitalization. And then you can learn voice, narration. Okay, so guys, you see, when you're learning tense, these are the related other grammar features you need to learn. And it starts from the very scratch. We call it zero grammar, like very basic grammar, like punctuation, capitalization, gender, number, article, person. Hello, Super Plus. You've just subscribed to me for a trial basis, okay? I've invited you to join. Hello, welcome. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Can,
good morning, teacher
good,
from India.
Good morning.
And and you know, that time I just wanted to say that when I speak anything and it sounds strange, when my grammar is wrong. So I observe that. I didn't mean to say you that, I observe you that your grammar is wrong. You get me wrong there. I'm extremely sorry if I just hurted you, but I didn't want to say that.
Okay, because that is what he wrote.
Yeah, I wrote like it sounds strange when your grammar in the sense my grammar is wrong. So this is what I observe in myself. Then when I speak and my grammar is wrong, it sounds very strange and it sounds very, wrong.
Hmm.
I clearly mentioned in the second paragraph. I was writing in a very shortcut, so I'm just,
That's okay.
but I didn't.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to tell me what do you do?
Me, I have completed my graduation and now I'm just doing nothing. I'm in between looking for a job.
All right, and what's your background of education?
I have completed my graduation, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry as an honors.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you study organic and inorganic chemistry?
Yeah, I studied. But that's like organic chemistry is very difficult to understand. Like it's very boring though.
What's the difference between organic and inorganic chemistry?
Organic chemistry is all about the reaction and the carbon bonds and and what step reaction. And inorganic chemistry is all about the concept. It's all about the memorizing the trends, and you can apply it. But you have to be very practical on
Mm-hmm.
practical, and you have to memorize all the things in organic chemistry. You have to do the reaction in front of the, like it will be there on the question paper. But once you remember the all the things in inorganic chemistry, any concept, then you can easily answer all the questions. But the case is not there in organic chemistry.
Did you study Avogadro's hypothesis in inorganic chemistry?
Don't ask me anything.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, I have studied like but I forget everything, everything. I just don't want to discuss chemistry. It's ruined my life. I took it, I took it
Mm,
when I was there in classroom. My teachers said that you are good in chemistry. I score, I think 80 or 85. So they said you are little bit good in chemistry, so you can go for chemistry. So I was like, yeah, let's go. And later on, I got to know about like so many difficult things in chemistry. You have to memorize all the things. You have to do so many hard work, so much hard work.
mhm.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So. Mhm.
Okay, and thanks for subscription. What's the reason for subscribing to me?
The first reason is I just wanted to make it clear that I didn't mean that. I was just telling you something different and you took it in a different way. So I was feeling so guilty that why I said this, like why I wrote that. But I didn't mean it. I was telling about myself and you just took it about this. I feel very bad.
No, no worries. Okay,
Mm.
as a matter of fact, we all learn from our mistakes. That we have to first understand that we are humans and no
Uh-huh.
one is beyond mistakes and errors. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
so
Right. But I swear, like I didn't mean it. Like I didn't mean to say this to you. It was for me. It's like when your grammar is wrong, like my grammar is wrong. That's what I said. But I don't know how. Maybe like the way I wrote it, it just portrays something else.
yeah. Anyway, we have got our CEO here. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Can you see
Yeah,
him?
June.
Yeah, he's our
Yeah, I can see.
CEO. Welcome, CEO. Thanks for uh, joining us. Okay, I was explaining. Many times in this is a very common question that students come and say,
Mm-hmm.
"Teacher, I don't know where is the mistake of my grammar in speaking and writing, and how can I understand that?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the point when you just made the comment. I was just explaining,
Yeah.
if you don't know how to find out your own mistakes, then it will be
Mm-hmm.
better for you to subscribe to a qualified and competent teacher who can help you explain
Mm-hmm.
all the different parts of your mistakes or why it is correct. So if it is
Right.
correct, the teacher will definitely appreciate your hard work and enthusiasm. Likewise,
Mm-hmm.
if it is a mistake, definitely we have to explain in a very
Mm-hmm.
polite and in a well manner that look, this is not correct and this should be changed. Then when
Mm-hmm.
you know the correct grammar or when you know your mistakes, I always suggest that first focus on your weak sides. Okay, like if you are
Mm-hmm.
weak in grammar or maybe if you are weak in writing, focus
Mm-hmm.
on it. As long as you know your negative side, I know my negative side. I try to focus on for the development and improvement, and
Mm-hmm.
that's very obvious by you know practicing, by learning, we can develop ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's your future plan if you get a job? Yeah, will you start a job? Superfluous?
Uh, no, actually, I'm preparing for something. I'm actually not looking for any job. I want to do something else, and that's what I'm just preparing. So,
Something else locally, internationally?
uh, no, within India, within my country, not international.
All right.
But maybe after some time later, it would reach international.
Wishing you best of luck for achieving your success.
Thank you so
No
much.
worries. Hussein, welcome. Hussein says, how can I speak English fluently? It's a very common answer and common question, and I think Superfluous can answer it. Before that, I've got a question for you, Superfluous. Superfluous,
Mm-hmm.
by any chance, do you like cricket or do you watch cricket?
Yeah, when it's only about T20 or IPL, where it's very short, for 2 hours or 1 hour. That time only I like. Otherwise, when it's 50-50 or test series, and I just don't like. I hate.
That's like kind of boring, yeah? 50-50.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Now, the question is, who is your favorite cricket player in India, Indian team?
Indian team. Uh, I like I like Sachin Tendulkar, but he's not playing anymore.
He
I
has
think he
retired.
retired.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently, if I'll say, then
Virat,
I'll say Rohit Sharma.
Rohit
Rohit
Sharma.
Sharma, not Virat.
Some
Yeah,
people
he's a
say,
very decent personality.
all right, some people say Virat Kohli, some people say MS Dhoni. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
matter is that the this question is related to your learning.
Mm-hmm.
How? If you ever
Mm-hmm.
study how many hours they practice in a day for
Mm-hmm.
becoming good cricketer or any footballer, if you check the history of like Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, I don't know who's a
Mm-hmm.
favorite player, and all the
Yeah.
successful people, they have got always a good track record of practicing every day.
Mm-hmm.
They practice 14 to 16 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours,
Right.
Likewise, if you want to develop your grammar, your speaking, your writing, your reading, or any part of English language, it is a matter of practice. You have to make a plan. Okay, Hussein.
Mm-hmm.
So Hussein says Rahul Dravid.
KL Rahul. KL Rahul.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a cricketer.
okay. So this is the fact that when you focus on your practice on a
Mm-hmm.
regular basis, it may be half an hour or more, then definitely you will improve because your hard work will give you result. Your efforts will take you to next level. So that is the answer of you, Hussein, and also Superfluous. I don't know what's the real name, but we
Mm-hmm.
without practice, no one can be successful.
Right.
Now,
Can I?
yeah,
Mhm.
go on.
Can I say something, sir? Like, I have seen people they're just practicing and practicing for hours and hours, but without right direction. Like they really don't
That's
have
the
any
point.
teacher.
You must
Mm-hmm.
practice in the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
That is the important matter. You just got the point. I was going to say to you this thing. You know, uh, so the matter is that if you don't know whether the way you're practicing is correct or not, then you're not learning anything. Because you see, I heard the same question. Oh, teacher, I've been practicing 6 months, an hour. Still, I'm in the same level. I can move forward. See, if my level is there, I'm
Mm-hmm.
staying in the same level. But
Right.
learning curve should be always going up. Whatever the practice you do, you have to
You
improve
should.
little by little. Picture
Mm-hmm.
it, if you practice every day and you achieve 1% accuracy, in 100 days, you'll be 100% accurate. But that is very much unlikely for being a human. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no one is 100% accurate in the world. When it's a
Yeah.
matter of learning in English or being a professor, like in chemistry, say, you are a chemist, for example, because there are some, barriers, limitations, why we can achieve sometimes 100% or why we can't move forward. Possibly the way you are learning or the way somebody is teaching may not be accurate, may not be suitable for you.
Mm-hmm.
As you might be aware that our learning capacities are not same. Like the way you practice superfluous, the way I practice or Hussein or anyone practices, all
Mm-hmm.
are different.
Right.
So in that case, what I suggest, change the technique, the way you're learning. Some people see are very good when they see that a teacher is writing on the board and they learn it straight away. Some people think that, okay, if the teacher speaks, maybe I'll be able to understand. So we have got different learning methods, as you know, visual, audio, kinesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, try to follow all the methods, and I'm sure one of the methods will be suitable for you.
True.
Okay, and also, as I said, in order to get your writing or speaking checked, you must ask a qualified and competent teacher. Okay,
Yeah.
and I've got a question for you, superfluous. As I'm explaining, I always
Mm-hmm.
ask people to learn tense, the grammar,
Mm-hmm.
the 12
Mm-hmm.
tenses. If you're expert in using these 12 tenses,
Mm-hmm.
definitely you will cover more than 80% English grammar. But
Wow.
that is the problem. People understand tense, but when they
Mm-hmm.
are asked, hey, can you please write a sentence? Or can you please explain something? They become, nervous.
Mm-hmm.
They become, they're not comfortable to write it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh,
There are few things which I know, like the past, present, and future, but like there are few which I don't know, and I never read about that. So sometimes I feel very, incomplete
like what?
when it comes to tense. Sometimes I really don't know the different tense of different words.
I understand. Osama has a question. How to judge myself whether I'm in good direction? I mean, right direction, not good direction. It should be while
Mm-hmm.
learning or speaking. That is the question I was explaining, Osama. You just joined now. That sometimes it is not possible for yourself to understand whether it is right or wrong. You know, in that case, you must take help for an expert and qualified, once again, teacher. It could be teacher, it could be student, it doesn't matter. On this app, there are many amazing students as well who teach grammar. They're amazing. Okay. So you can learn from anyone. Remember that, guys. I learn from many people. Not all of them are teachers. I learn many things from books, from students, from videos, by reading blog. Learning does not have any limitation. You can learn anytime, any place, from any person and anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as I was saying, in order to know tense, what we have to start from very basic grammar. Punctuation. Yeah, superfluous.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Punctuations like the normal, like full stop, comma. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
full stop, comma, then colon, semicolon,
Mm-hmm.
then question mark, exclamation. These are the things first we learn. Because
Okay.
if you don't know how to use them correctly,
Mm-hmm.
then your sentence might be misleading. People will not be able to understand. Like the way you have tried to write, superfluous,
Exactly.
because of one word. You see, instead
Mm-hmm.
of I, you have written you. Then it really changes the whole concept.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is not the how many mistakes you are making. It is the one word or two words are blocking your messages. You see, because of one
Mhm.
word, your message has been blocked. That is the
Right.
important part of in learning English grammar. That if you know how you can express yourself so
Mm-hmm.
well, and your audience can understand, and you can communicate with them, is the main matter. It is not expected that you will be correct 100%,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because it is a foreign language. Like you, I don't know which is a first language, superfluous.
For me, first language is Hindi.
Your first language is Hindi. My first language is Bengali because I was born in Bangladesh. So
Oh.
English is my second language.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that when I learned this language, I had to study hard, and still I'm
Mm-hmm.
learning. I learn every day. I never stop learning because
Oh.
I understand the more I study more, I'll be more knowledgeable. I can answer and help other students.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
if I can learn second language, English, if you can learn it, obviously everyone can learn it. You have
Mm-hmm.
to have the positive attitude inside you that yeah, you can learn and move forward.
True.
Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
the second part of the grammar learning is capitalization. Okay, I was going to give an example, sorry for the punctuation, okay? How it can change
Mm-hmm.
the meaning. Okay, read this sentence, what it means. Can you see the main sentence?
Yeah. Let's eat Mary.
What does it mean?
It means that we're gonna eat Mary.
Yes, because of the one punctuation, the sentence has
Mm-hmm.
blocking the main. It means, hey, all of us, let's eat Mary. So Mary is, say, my friend, or
Uh-huh.
and there is a biscuit in the UK called Mary as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I should mention, let's eat the Mary biscuit. You see what is missing here? We are missing a comma. It's like a
Yeah.
proposal. Let's eat Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Mary is my friend. We are telling, oh, let's eat together somewhere, whether in a restaurant or a
Mm-hmm.
cafe. So
Right.
now you got my
Mm-hmm.
point, eh?
Yeah.
And people who are watching, see, using punctuations correctly is one of the important factors for your learning and development. Now, in speaking, how should you express whether there is a comma? Superfluous. In writing, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. You have used comma and people have understood you.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah. So I think we're gonna take break or space.
yes, we have to give a
Just
little
keep.
bit
Mm-hmm.
pause or little break,
Right.
as I've said. We have to
Mm-hmm.
pause it maybe 1 second or 1 microsecond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that is the basic difference because sometimes we can write well, but when is the matter of speaking, we don't know how
Mm-hmm.
to do that. So in that case, as I said, studying well is the only way from a qualified teacher and practicing correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, the others are, as I said, capitalization. I'll give you example one by one so that you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalization means in grammar that using the capital letter or uppercase, we call it sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
uppercase, capital letter correctly. So when do you have to use it? Rule number one, at the beginning of each sentence, the first letter must be capital.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I can say this, for example, superfluous. I'm giving you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Has, flu, has. Your word is very amazing word. Do you know the meaning of it? I'm sure you know the meaning.
Something unnecessary extra.
Like superfluous has subscribed to me. Okay. But we cannot write with
Mm-hmm.
small s because it's the beginning of the sentence. That is the first rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can write small s. And I've seen
Mm-hmm.
this word I. Yeah. Like I am practicing here. Now I've seen people are using I as a small I. No,
Mm-hmm.
I is always capital. Remember, guys, regardless wherever you use, if it is a subject, I is always capital or uppercase, and that is the rule. Okay, when we are learning grammar, some of the rules we need to follow blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what about the next paragraph, like next line? When we are writing next line, so do we have to write it in a capitalization order?
Yes, every line, regardless whatever the lines you're writing, first
Mm-hmm.
letter of the sentence must be always capital, and that's the rule. And as I said, we have to follow the rule blindly. Okay, tell me
Mm-hmm.
something superfluous. Do you have hobbies? I'm going to write
Yeah,
it so
it's,
that you understand.
my hobby is traveling.
Okay, w- so first you need to answer yes or no. Do you have hobbies?
Yes.
So yes, I have hobbies. For example, say you said,
Mm,
look,
I have. Hmm.
and what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are traveling, reading book, something,
Traveling, reading
reading
books.
book,
What else?
listening music,
Listening. Oh, sorry.
music,
Listening to the music.
music.
Listening music.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, playing flute, but I'm just learning it.
Playing flute.
Hmm.
Oops. FLUT.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever visited any other country?
No.
Any other city of India?
Yeah. Yes.
Which city did you visit?
I visited national capital of India, Delhi. Hmm.
Okay. There is a reason for writing. I'll going to explain. Now look at these
Hmm.
sentences.
Hmm.
Yes. Look, though I is in the middle of a sentence, I must be always
Hmm.
uppercase. But I've
Okay.
seen people write I like this small. Though it
Hmm.
gives you the correct meaning or sense, but grammatically, because when you're sitting for an exam, you're not going
Hmm.
to get good full marks because you have violated the rules of grammar.
Hmm.
Okay, so I should be always capital. Now the second
Okay.
sentence of your paragraph, my hobbies are traveling, reading books, listening
Hmm.
music, playing flute.
Hmm.
Okay, these are mostly correct. Okay.
Hmm.
The next you have said I visited Delhi,
Hmm.
the capital
Hmm.
city of India. Now
Hmm.
notice that in Delhi there is uppercase D,
Yeah.
and India there
The
is
name of
uppercase
place.
I.
Hmm.
Yes, it is. These are proper name. We call it. These are
Hmm.
proper name. Yeah, these are
Hmm.
proper proper name or proper nouns. We call it sometimes.
Hmm.
So we must use uppercase or capital letter when you're using proper nouns.
Hmm.
Now, a person can only learn proper nouns if the person knows what are proper nouns, yeah, how we can identify it.
Hmm.
So that is the amazing part of learning grammar. Okay, so what are proper
Hmm.
nouns? Like all the humans' name, like your name, my name, CEO June, or the president of the USA, India, UK, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, uh, European countries, whatever. The name of a city, name of a country, name of a paper, name of a river, name of the island.
Hmm.
See, these are all proper nouns or proper names, and we
Hmm.
must use first letter as a capital letter. You
Hmm.
see, why do you know grammar? You know how to write it correctly.
Right.
But if someone doesn't know what are proper names, and the person is possibly going to make mistake.
Hmm. Right. Can we say all the things like no? We cannot say all the things
Not
can be
all the
considered as.
all the things are not
Right.
proper name. Not chair, table, school, college. No, but name of the school is a proper name.
School.
Name of the college is a proper name.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I got it.
So this is how we learn and move forward. And these are very
Mm,
basic grammar, okay, superfluous,
mm.
as I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like next is gender, gender easily, male, female, like he,
Yeah.
she, and there is neutral, it, whether it is male or female, we don't know. We use it in this case.
It. Yeah. Mm,
Then number. So in grammar, numbers are two types, like singular number, plural number. Okay.
mm,
And also in mathematics, there are two numbers, cardinal number and ordinal number. And that is also
mm,
related to English grammar. Then articles like a and the, these three are articles, definite and indefinite articles, where and how we can use it. And after that, person is the subject of any sentence, I, you, we, he, she, it, etc.
mm,
Then after that, we know parts of speech, which is very
mm,
important, especially verb when you're learning grammar, tense.
mm,
As you know, there are 8 types of parts of speech mainly: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition,
mm,
conjunction, interjection.
mm,
Okay, and then we have to study a little bit voice, because
mm,
uh, voice are like active voice, passive voice. And why it is
mm,
important, especially superfluous when it's an academic writing, on if you are studying for a research program, for example, you're going somewhere, some countries, to study your master's program, and you have to write an assignment. We have to use passive voice, we do not use active voice. I'll give you an example in a moment, okay?
yeah.
Like you say, the thief was caught by the thief was caught, yeah, for example,
Mm,
the thief was oops, was caught.
mm,
So this is a passive voice. I'm
mm.
missing s. The thief was caught,
Yeah, that he was good.
but we don't know who caught the thief. Is it a police? Is it the house owner? Is it
Mm,
someone else? Maybe. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, if you're writing a research paper or assignment, or in IELTS exam in academic writing in task one, you have to write from a graph or a bar chart.
Mm,
We never say, I'm going to explain. We use passive voice. This is incorrect. Yeah? We use different ways. First one, you can say, it will be explained,
mm,
or sometimes we say, this chart explains. Now it is active, but in a third person voice, explains. Or this paragraph, graph, we say, depicts. So these are the ways we write.
mm. is it is it like we are actively answering any question and passively, like the second examples I can see, it seems like we are answering these questions passively, like I'm not directly talking to the examiner or anything like that, but we are communicating.
That's right, especially in writing. Remember that. Hello, Nur,
Hmm.
welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you very much. Where are you from, Nur?
Uh, I'm just in my car, just waiting for my mom go to the market.
And in which country is your car?
Oh, I'm from Indonesia.
You're from Indonesia, and your mom went to shopping, and you're waiting inside the car.
Yeah,
Do you know how to drive a car?
absolutely. Yeah, I driving.
All right, that's great. So thank you very much for joining. But you have joined at the last moment. We have got only 4 minutes. Another thing is that Superfluous and Noor, all these classes
Mm.
are only 1 hour duration. It starts on time and finishes on time. And
Oh.
from the Hello, it shuts down automatically when it is 59 minutes, 59 seconds. So it is a countdown. It starts from zero,
Hmm.
not zero actually. It's 59 minutes,
59.
59 seconds. When it comes to zero, shuts down.
Yeah.
So it's showing in my screen that it will be finished in 3 minutes 47, 46. So time is very important here. So
Countdown begin.
yes. So do you have any questions, Noor?
Maybe for now, I don't have any questions because I just joined this for a moment.
That's okay. Would you like to tell us a little bit more, like what do you do? Okay, possibly there might be some network lagging. Okay, do you have any other questions, Superfluous?
Yeah, I do have one question.
Yes, go on.
We were talking about the gender. So when we call someone and we don't know about whether she is married, like when she's not married, we say Miss, right? And when she's married, we say Mrs. So when we don't know whether she's married or not, so how we can call her?
We use this word. Can you say Miss? MS.
Miss.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference between this Miss and the Miss?
Okay, this Miss is we don't know whether the person, especially a girl, is
Mm,
married or not. Okay.
Miss.
As you know, we use this MISS and
Mm-hmm.
MRS. Yeah. When you know exactly, but why do
Yeah,
we don't know? That is this word MS, which is also same sound as Miss.
Miss, right.
Like
Okay.
I have to write lots of official mails almost
Mm-hmm.
every day, and when we don't know when you're going to write to an woman whether it is married or not, it doesn't show. But
Mm-hmm.
then we use always use MS, and that is very academically well accepted.
Okay. The M and capital is
Yes,
capital M and
capital M
capital
and
S.
capital S.
Mm-hmm.
And also there are some techniques of writing letters or emails. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
in official letter, we always address someone with the last name. So, for example, if you have got a last name, say my last name is Ali. So when
Mm-hmm.
somebody is writing an email, they will write, "Dear Mr. Ali." Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
for mail, that's fine. We use Mr. blindly. But if it
Mm-hmm.
is below 12 years old in Western countries, we address them as a master. Okay,
Master.
master. It's not the master of the teacher, master. Okay, English expression master means it's a child under 18 or under 14. Like say
I
master,
heard for the first time.
master
Master.
Rayan, for
Mm-hmm.
example. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see, superfluous, there is lots of things to be learned. Master means it is not the teacher master.
Mm-hmm.
You can address
Yeah.
master to a girl, to a boy as well, if it's under 18, under 14, especially. We've got
Mm-hmm.
46 seconds, okay? So that's me, if you haven't seen me before, okay?
Yeah, I saw you.
Okay, I was born in Bangladesh, as I said, but I live in the UK for the last 18 years. I'm a part-time
Mm-hmm.
teacher of this. I work for the
Oh,
British government in the healthcare sector, and also I'm
wow.
studying as well.
So you know Bengali, right?
Uh, I know Bengali, yeah, that's my mother tongue. I know Bengali, Hindi, Urdu,
Obviously.
Arabic, and German, 6 languages.
My God, six languages. Though I know Bengali too, like I'm from West Bengal.
Oh, that's great. And you have got 8 seconds. Thank you very much for joining. See you, June, Noor, and Super Plus. We'll see you tomorrow, 6:30 my time. Okay, bye.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.